In a narrative woven through time, the lineage of success philosophy begins with the steel magnate Andrew Carnegie in Pittsburgh. Carnegie's vision of unleashing human potential led him to challenge the young journalist Napoleon Hill to decode the formula for success. Hill's journey and insights culminated in the seminal work Think and Grow Rich. The book was a success and started a movement of study, a torch of motivation passed to the inquisitive radio personality Earl Nightingale in the mid-20th century. Nightingale, deeply inspired by Hill's teachings, became a leading voice in personal development, reaching millions with his broadcasts. Among his listeners was Bob Proctor, a struggling firefighter from Toronto. Transformed by these teachings, Proctor rose to success and became a renowned speaker, passionately disseminating the wisdom he acquired. The torch of knowledge was then passed to the Matrix Success Network, led by visionary Brian Del Maso. As the spiritual successor to this storied lineage, the network's mission was to democratize these powerful teachings. Del Maso and his team distilled the essence of Carnegie, Hill, Nightingale, and Proctor's philosophies into modern courses and digital content, making the secrets of success accessible to a broader audience. Thus, the legacy of these great thinkers, from Carnegie's visionary challenge to Del Maso's modern-day crusade, continued to inspire and empower individuals across generations, proving that the path to personal and professional fulfillment is an ever-evolving journey, open to all who seek it. In a narrative.
Good evening, and welcome everybody. This is the Matrix Success Network overview. If you're seeing this tonight, if you're here live, if you're watching this replay, the purpose of this is to give you an overview of what we do in the Matrix Success Network. And we are the #1 lifestyle enhancement company in the world. So what does that mean, right? Well, in this picture here, I'm showing the lineage of the torch that's been passed down for a couple of hundred years now. All the way to the left is a man by the name of Andrew Carnegie, who was the world's first recorded billionaire. And what you're going to see here tonight, it's not all about money, right? It's not all about business and money. When we show you what we believe wealth is, you'll get the full picture. But that information was passed on to a young Napoleon Hill. And a lot of you might know Napoleon Hill as the author of the Think and Grow Rich series of books. Those books changed more lives, I think, probably than any other publication in history besides the Bible itself. And that torch was passed on to Earl Nightingale in the 40s and 50s, who continued with the science behind wealth achievement, right? There's certain principles that less than 1% of the whole planet are using to succeed in business and life and health and wealth and happiness and a fulfilled life. And Earl Nightingale mentored my mentor, Bob Proctor. And a lot of you might know Bob Proctor from the movie The Secret. He was made world renowned from that. 500 million people saw that movie, and Bob went global. And Bob was such a good student. He studied every single day for 63 years straight. He studied in the science of achievement. He studied in human performance. He studied in theology and religion and even things like quantum mechanics. And he produced a lot of the programs that we now teach. And I, Brian Del Maso, was very, very blessed to spend a good part of 10 years menteeing under Bob and using his programs and his teachings to create businesses and to create the Matrix Success Network. So what we're doing in this company, we have a lot of offerings, a lot of ways to help people. What you're seeing here tonight is just an overview. So we teach people to think and act and operate like the world's wealthiest 1%. And again, wealth is not just money. It's just a part of it. So welcome to tonight. Again, this is a quick overview. And in the Matrix, like I said, we're really teaching entrepreneurs how to think and act and operate like the 1%. So not just entrepreneurs though, right? You could have a job, you could be a CPA, or you could be a plumber, you could have your own business. It's really all walks of life. And we really have a wide net of things we can help people with. But it's really for people that want to break out of the mold. That's why we call this company the Matrix. They want to break out of the 40-year plan. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but there's just so many ways to earn these days with all the things on the internet and side hustles and things like that. So we're working with people in the mindset and really teaching them. We're wealth and mindset experts. So when I say we have a whole team of people, and we also have key relationships with financial experts and health experts. So my piece of this equation is the mindset expertise. And again, we offer mindset training programs for everything from brand new entrepreneurs to CEOs and business owners, and even inside of corporations. So let's dig a little deeper. Let's unpack this a little bit, right? Wealth and mindset. What is wealth? And I think we have a really, really unique definition, something that I think most people would believe or see that that rings true to them. And the way I look at wealth is really getting through life, being able to do what you want, with who you want, when you want, and where you want. Like, take a look at this for a minute, right? A lot of people say, oh, when I get to millionaire status or 10 million or 100 million, whatever that is, but their quality of life might not be good, right? They might get the financial commitment or the financial goal, but what about sharing it with the ones you love, being able to travel? You know, in my early years, I developed I was an engineer, then an architect and a builder, and I scaled my construction company, but it was in Massachusetts. So I couldn't do where I want, right? I had some pieces of this, but I couldn't travel on my laptop and do business for anyone in the world. So as you watch us here tonight, understand when I talk about money, we're really talking about wealth enhancement. And I love to use graphics. Anybody that knows me knows I love to use pictures because we think in pictures. And this pie chart here is what we call the wheel of life. If you go to our website, you'll see this. And this is what we're kind of measuring as wealth, right? These are these 10 categories. So when somebody starts to work with us in really any of the programs, we take a snapshot, kind of like an X-ray, right? If you were to get into a car accident, the first thing they would do when they got you to the hospital is they take an X-ray. Where are you at? So not many people tend to do this in life. I certainly didn't. When you understand my story, I was kind of going up and down like most people, traditional business. I was married and divorced. And it wasn't until I met Bob Proctor and I found a mentor with 50 years of a proven system. I mean, think about that in entrepreneurship. And before Bob passed, they were doing over 100 million a year in his company. So his results would say that he had the information to help me get where I want to get. All right. So this wheel of life, when people take this, it's meant to be a snapshot. It's not meant to be judgmental. But a lot of people, unfortunately, around the world are driving around like this, right? Not a lot of things are going well. And a lot of it is triggered off of finances, right? Most marriages that end in divorce is from finances. And if we don't have finances, it's hard to be healthy. It's hard to travel. It's hard to do all the things, right? So what we're looking to do is help you guys move towards this. And, you know, it's not a magic pill when somebody enters into one of our programs. We have 4 different mastermind communities, depending on where somebody's at. But it's purposely moving towards this, right? So how would you like to be part of a community of like-minded people that was moving towards this goal every week, week after week? And what I invite you to do if you're watching this is go to the Matrix Success International. And we have this lifestyle enhancement protocol, lifestyle audit. You can just put in your email and you can click this and it'll fill out with 100-question survey. And it's very quick. It's like 1 to 10, your own wheel of life. And it's very cool. Our team, we spent a ton on this in development. It's very, very neat what they built. It's very gamified and you can change the color and take a snapshot, but it's also it's gonna give you that X-ray. And then you can get with one of our success advisors and we can talk through some different ways that we might be able to help you. All right. So the real challenge and problem here, guys, is that a lot of society and even North America, all over the world, but people get to retirement age and they're just not able to live that happy, healthy, wealthy quality of life. And this is not my opinion. This is all over the world, right? And so that's a problem. That's a challenge. You go through traditional school and, you know, high school and graduate school, college, and even then a lot of people are getting to this age and they're not able to enjoy life and really do what they want. So it's a challenge. And then we got to say, well, why is this? And the main reason is we're simply not taught how to build wealth in schools. And go back to your own early education, grade school, high school, college. I was talking to a young gentleman today. His name's Timur. He's an amazing, amazing gentleman that's in our early stage mastermind group, and he's moving up into a higher one. But he went to school for entrepreneurship in California. And I was asking him questions about the entrepreneurship, and it was pretty obvious that he wasn't really learning entrepreneurship. They were teaching marketing and pitch decks and a lot of intellectual stuff, but they weren't teaching some of the things that we're talking about here, like decision making. I said, is there any classes on imagination? Any classes on intuition? How about the reasoning factor? What about perception or willpower? No class, 0 classes, but all of those things that we teach here make up entrepreneurship and people that are really getting to that 1%. So decision making, things like self-image, we are not taught in the early days, I certainly wasn't, what is a self-image? How do we enhance it? How do we get that confidence that we just don't really care about other people's opinions of us? And when I say that, I don't mean it in a bad way, but more often than not in school, we're taking opinions of other people that don't even know us, right? So self-image is a huge one. And then we're certainly not taught any wealth building skills. I was not taught any wealth building skills, and it's still something that I'm enhancing through some of our partners, right? And the biggest thing is we're not taught what a paradigm is, right? So the other part of what we're talking about here in the matrix is understanding paradigms, what they are, how they got there, and how to enhance them. So a paradigm is just a big word that we use, right? The definition is really a set of mental programs that have a most exclusive control over your habitual behavior. I want you to think about this, right? When we're born a blank slate, and we get programmed by our parents in school. And unless you grow up with Warren Buffett as your dad, you're not learning wealth building skills. And again, it's not just money, it's the health part of it, right? A lot of people aren't eating healthy, they're not physically fit, they're not taught anything about relationships. I wasn't taught any of this stuff. And these are all the things that enhance life, right? These are all the things that make the human experience much more fulfilling. So we have all of these mental programs stored in our subconscious mind from birth, given to us by other people. So it's really generational and societal ignorance that gets passed on. And again, this isn't my opinion, and ignorance isn't a bad term. It just means not knowing. It's the opposite of knowledge. So when you think about this programs like smoking, if anybody here smokes, it's not your fault. It's usually an environmental stimulus. Your parents smoked, or in high school, there's something you got around that your subconscious was wide open and you started smoking. No thinking person would choose to smoke initially. It becomes habitual, right? Each one is like a nail in a coffin, right? And again, if you smoke, I apologize, but if you really think about it, nobody really wants to smoke, but we're conditioned. And billions of dollars, like there's so many millions and millions of people that are conditioned to do this. Well, wealth building is also a series of programs. And this is why we need mentorship and proven systems. And there's things like, day trading and Shopify stores and e-commerce and email marketing. And then there's traditional businesses. There's just a lot of ways that we can learn to scale and build wealth. And again, through our channel partners, we have experts in every single area of that wheel of life. So this is an overview of what we're teaching. I'm not going to go deep into this. You can get with me or get with the person who invited you to watch this, and we can dig deeper. But a brief snapshot, most of the world is programmed over here, right? And if you're not used to this content, if you haven't seen any of the images, you're probably programmed over here. We're born in ignorance. We have worry and doubt and negative thinking in the conscious mind, produces the emotion of fear, which produces anxiety, which is the physical expression, into procrastination, which leads to depression and dis-ease. So most of the world is operating over here, unfortunately. And this mind-body connection is the key to all of our programs, whether it's our entry-level program for $39 a month, or all the way up to working with multi-millionaires and even billionaires. It's understanding the conscious, the subconscious, and the body. And what we're doing in all of our programs is we're learning to reprogram the subconscious mind. Your subconscious is what drives the ship, right? I'm speaking English right now, and that's a mental program. So this takes time. This is why we have the different communities. What we do is we work with knowledge, right? The knowledge I have, the knowledge Bob had, the history of the knowledge, the science of achievement. We bring this knowledge through different programs to people, again, whether they're in business for themselves, making a few million a year, or all the way down to just starting out. Knowledge brings study and understanding and positive thinking, right? And we can apply this towards fitness, business, love, health, wealth, all the things. But the frequency of faith is what we want to develop, which produces well-being, acceleration, a body in action, and at ease. So this is kind of the crux of what we teach, whether it's corporate or individual. And it really what separates what we do from really anybody else in the world that I've seen outside of Bob's study and Bob's teaching. All right, so mindset, and this is a good party question, right? Your mindset is all of the mental programs stored in your subconscious mind, controlling all of your results. If you ask somebody how powerful mindset is, they'll say, well, mindset controls everything. Elon Musk has a strong mindset. If you ask them what mindset is, they won't be able to answer it. So take a snapshot of this and commit this to memory, because this is what we're working with. We're changing mindset to change results. All right. And again, if you are struggling financially, if you're struggling in relationships, if you're struggling in business, if you're struggling with your health, I sincerely want you to hear this. It's not your fault, right? It's not your fault if you haven't been shown from birth that the conscious, the subconscious in your body interact to create results. You can't blame somebody if they're never exposed to something. And I promise most of you watching, you've never been exposed to this. I was never exposed to this till 42 years old, right? Again, I've been married, divorced. I was an engineer, I was an architect, I was a builder. I'd made money, lost money, made money, lost money, right? So I had all these paradigms from the past. And, I didn't grow up with Warren Buffett as my dad. So when I met Bob, it was just absolutely life-altering and life-changing because he had figured it out, right? He had been studying for, I think, 50 years at that point, and he had figured out all the mental programs and how to change them. So please, 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 like, let go of that baggage. If you're struggling in any area of your life, it's not your fault. But after watching this, it will be your decision to seek help. And again, we have a lot of programs. We have a lot of different ways to help you. We have a lot of free content too, but don't worry about the financial part of it. Get with the person who brought you or get with my team, and we can talk through exactly where you're at and see what we can do to help you. All right. So again, if you're looking to move towards this, we have to change the mental programs that you have stored in your subconscious mind. There is no other way to do this. You can try to physically change something. You can try to physically quit smoking. It won't likely happen unless we address the root cause, which is the paradigm. It's in the subconscious mind. And again, the subconscious mind is about 1 million times more powerful at storing these programs. And it's a challenge. This is why we need systems and mentorship. All right. And again, we have everything from our Mindset Masters community, which is a $39 a month, amazing community for entry-level entrepreneurs. We have Level Up, which is an escalation program designed to hopefully get people to break 6 figures. Our core program is Thinking the Results. This is a 6-month deep dive with Bob and myself. Bob's on video, he passed, but him and I are kind of co-teaching this. And this is our flagship program that a lot of entrepreneurs that are looking to break 7 figures get into, and they really adjust their minds through a 6-month mentorship. And then we have a couple of higher tier mastermind groups where we're working with people specifically in group, bringing in experts from other industries. We're doing laser coaching and hot seat coaching, business development. We have marketing specialists, just an amazing community, again, designed to get people past 7 figures. And then we have our flagship Elite 100. Everybody in this group is multi-millionaires, but they're more looking towards philanthropy and scaling past 100 million or even the $1 billion mark. So when I say we have something for everybody, we also have corporate and one-on-one trainings. Don't worry about where you're at. It's not up to you to figure out. What I would say to you is get with the person who invited you. They can connect you to somebody on our team, like Angie or myself or Maddie, and we can walk through this and talk through this. If you are interested in the Mindset Masters, it starts in about 10 minutes. You can get with the person who invited you. That's our $39 a month program. And you can sit in and see what we do in there and watch what the community's like. All right, so it's been my honor and pleasure to present this. I sincerely hope that I've sparked your interest to move towards figuring some of this stuff out. Again, get with the person who invited you or get with our team. You can even hit us up on our website. There's a lot of ways to connect with us, and we can have a one-on-one chat, see where you're at, and help you move into the right program. All right, so it's been my pleasure and my honor to be with you tonight. Until we see each other again, be well, and God bless.